Assalamu alaikum friends. Today I am going to discuss few essay topics from CSS 2013 essay paper. The very first topic is there should be colleges and schools just for men slash boys and some just for women slash girls. This is a bit difficult topic to attempt because the examiner has given a statement, and in the statement he has used the word should. It means that you have to give your arguments to favor this argument that yes, there should be some schools that are only men, that should be specifically serve boys, and there should be schools that should specifically serve girls. I will prove this argument using my own opinion, and you should also do this in the examination hall if you appear in CSS and you come across this kind of a topic. I personally believe that there should be schools just for boys because boys, they have their own personality traits. Their brought up is uh, demands a different kind of an environment than that of girls, and similarly there should be some schools just for girls because the brought up of girls, it demands a different kind of environment. So I will develop my thesis, or I will develop my arguments based on the fact that boys and girls, they have got different personality traits, um, although they are human beings, but biologically, psychologically, and emotionally, they are different beings. And to fulfill their needs, to nurture their personalities according to the demands of their personalities, we should have schools specifically for boys and specifically for girls. It does not mean that we are going to negate the argument that co-education should we should not opt for co-education. Co-education has its own benefits and its own dark sides, but keeping in mind the statement that the examiner has given us in this essay, we have to prove this argument. So I am making all the arguments to prove this statement. Therefore, the very first argument that I have mentioned here is that because girls and boys, they have their own personality traits, so in order to nurture them in the best possible manner, we should have separate schools for girls and separate schools for boys also. The second argument that I would like to present is that boys and girls, they can be transformed into the best kind of individuals only when we pay all the focus on generating their mindset according to their own, the traits or the characteristics that their personalities have. For example, boys, they want some kind of challenges. They are challenging in nature, and they are rough and tough in not only in their behavior but also in their actions. Girls, they have majority of the girls have some passive nature, and they tend to be gentle, and their personality traits demand a different kind of an environment of classrooms and different type of training also. So the difference in training should be in schools that are specifically designed for girls and boys, and it will definitely benefit them because if we focus on developing boys according to their own personality traits, and if we develop girls according to their own personality traits, we can nurture them in the best possible manner, and ultimately such individuals, they will play a better role in societies. It's not that we are or we tend to, or we intend to make them, radical individuals. No, it means that uh, boys during their early years and girls during their early years of transformation, their needs, their demands, their expectations, their behaviors, their characteristics, their personality traits, they they are transformed only with the kind of environment they are placed. So if we specifically focus on giving them all the kinds of facilities according to their personality traits or according to their needs, we can best serve. So my arguments are based on the fact that because girls and boys, they have different personality traits, or they have different kind of mindsets also, owing to the biological factor also, then we should have some schools only for girls and only for boys. This is one of the next argument. There should be schools just for girls and just for boys because societies tend to resist tendencies where co-education is a norm. In such societies, the best practice is to have schools just for boys and just for girls, because many students, girls and boys, they fail to take maximum benefit from the available opportunities, just because societies, radical societies, such societies tend to resist um, the career path of boys and girls alike, because the resistance to favor a system that offers co-education is there in society. And if we have schools just for boys and just for girls, definitely we would allow boys and girls to overcome such barriers and to continue with their educational careers and their aspirations, whatever they like to have in their life. And by providing them a pathway where they can fulfill their educational needs is the best way to serve them. And for this specific purpose, we need to have some schools just for boys and some schools just for girls or women. Moreover, we can also take a dimension in this essay that boys, they can better behave in a society, they can better be trained if we provide them with the kind of faculty, with the right kind of teachers uh, that allows boys to share their, their issues, their the kind of their questions or whatever they would like to discuss in a comfortable environment. And similarly, girls, they we have to provide them with an environment where they feel comfortable to share whatever issues they face in life. And this can only be done if we provide them with schools that are just meant for boys and girls specifically, where the teaching staff is according to this specific purpose, and where they find themselves in their comfort zones. And this is the only way to allow them to play according to their potential. Because if we talk about co-education, not everyone feels comfortable in such an environment. Many boys, they're kind of a shy personality, or many girls, they also uh, feel it hard to get themselves in to get themselves in such kind of environment where they find boys also. So they tend to isolate themselves. Similarly, the same is the case with boys. And if we provide, or if we build some schools just for boys and just for girls, we can overcome this issue. And this is a serious one, because it ultimately hinders their personality development. For example, if we place an individual in an environment where their personality traits never allow them to fully express them, we actually are compromising their growth. And it happens in societies. Boys and girls, they both are not, uh, but not all the boys and girls have this courage and ability to express themselves in an environment where there is co-education. So if we have some schools for girls and if we have some schools just for boys, we can enhance their confidence. We can allow them to to, uh, to 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 grow themselves according to their own specific needs and to live in their comfort zone. This is also a very strong argument that for this specific purpose we should have some schools for boys and some schools for girls. Similarly, we can also discuss or we can also present an argument that during the formative years, or during the core years, where boys uh, they tend to learn things, and girls, they tend to learn things in schools and colleges. During these years, their focus should be on their career path, and their focus should be their personality development. uh, by uh, by developing such kind of schools or building such kind of structures where there are some schools just for boys and just for girls, we can actually uh, enhance their focus. Because when boys in such and girls in um, such in the bracket where they are not that much mature enough, they study together, they also get indulged into issues and the kind of practices that force them to abandon their career path. Certainly, many boys and many girls, they compromise their focus, they compromise their ability to perform in their career. This is not true in all the cases, but yes, there are also cases where such things happen when boys and girls they get indulged into kind of a relationship, and then they destroy their lives. And this is because age factor plays a major role in this. So when boys are in school and colleges, and when girls are in school and colleges, they need to focus on their studies, and this is our responsibility to provide them with the right kind of an environment that is conducive. Focus can only be maintained if your mindset, or if the mindset of boys and girls, it is oriented towards achieving something in life. And any kind of distraction uh, forces boys and girls to abandon their path. And this argument is based on this fact. So if I say that I intend to have some schools just for boys and just for girls, it means that I want them to grow according to their potential by maintaining their focus, by using their potential and their ability to develop in life in a kind of environment where they find no distraction, or yes, where they find comfortable, where they find it really easy to express themselves, where they feel that they are growing with their fellow beings and they are not kind of feeling some any embarrassment. And it happens especially in schools and colleges that boys and girls they feel embarrassed, they feel uh, you know they want to live in isolation just to avoid social embarrassment and in front of boys and girls, whatever um, uh, the case is. So separate schools or schools just for boys and just for girls can help to overcome social barriers and to allow people or allow girls and boys to continue with their career path. It can also assist boys and girls to nurture their personality, to stay in their comfort zone, to be transformed into the right kind of individuals who can in future coexist in a society. Because if you train boys and girls in, in schools that are specifically meant for them, we can inculcate in their minds that they have to survive with each other in societies, and what are the actual moral guidelines and the personality traits they should possess to survive better in society, like giving respect to each other, staying with each other with a progressive mindset, and to value each other. So after their school and college years, when they coexist, when they start to live together, they might form a better society. So this is essential. So my arguments are just to prove the statement that the examiner has given here, no, in this specific essay paper. So the point is, when you are given with an argument, then you have to prove it. If you choose to prove an argument, then use your mind, brainstorm your mind to transform your arguments to strengthen the stance that you take in your essay paper. It's not about being right or being wrong. Like I feel like whatever arguments I have given, these are my personal opinions, and I feel like these are justified if we take it pragmatically and in a rational. But there is also counter argument that co-education is a system where boys and girls they can better be transformed into better individuals. Yes, there is a counter argument, and you can also give counter argument that there should not be school just for boys and just for girls, because it might create disparity. It might distort our social fabric, and it might create a gap between two very essential parts of our society, male and female. And this has its own consequences if we push them apart and we force them not to live together, or to not to reside in an environment where they can collaborate. This also invites consequences, and the consequences are also psychological, these are also emotional also. So we have to take this essay in a very positive manner. Whatever stance you want to prove, you have to give logical arguments. So examiner finds it, a piece of a paper where you present some logical and uh, a debate that is based on rationality. So I would first present a few arguments in favor of this statement, and then I will also present my counter arguments, and then I would definitely close my essay topic. So this is one of the topics from 2013 paper, and I have tried to uh, give my arguments in favor of this statement. I hope you find it an effective way to brainstorm your essay. Keep watching and keep sharing. Thank you.